Hello, my name is Victoria Pomeroy McWilliam, and I am pursuing my master's degree in special education at Grand Canyon University. Today I'm making this video talking about my professional teaching dispositions. I wanted to give a little background information about my education practices. I am a general ed teacher. I have been teaching for the last 3 years, and I've been teaching 5th grade. So I'm going to be using some real world experiences when thinking about my professional dispositions. So what are professional dispositions? Professional disposition are standards or guidelines that dictate how I act with students, with the community, and with other professionals. Grand Canyon University gave us a survey to fill out that listed 10 key dispositions, and we had to rank them between what we strongly agreed with and what we strongly disagreed with. It's after that survey that I'm able to make this video dictating my dispositions. I'm going to be answering 3 questions in this video. The first question is, what is a special education teacher's role in supporting learning, improving planning and practice, upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaboratively advancing the profession? These special education teachers should provide data-driven, individualized instruction based off of appropriate assessment. The teacher should also create a safe learning environment where students feel comfortable enough to learn. They can uphold professional expectations and ethics by being up to date with procedures, policies, and laws involving special education. They can work collaboratively advancing the profession by working closely with the family, the general education teacher, and any other members of the student service committee. It's important to understand and respect these different experts, as everyone wants what is best for that child. The next question is, what dispositions that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? And what dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? As I stated before, I am not a first-year teacher. This will be my 4th year teaching. I do believe that every summer it's important to reflect on the previous year and think about what went well and what could I improve on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. One disposition that I feel strongly about is supporting all students in learning. This past year I had a student that was many grade levels behind her peers. It would have been easy to say she's working on her goals from her IEP while she's in her resource class, but I wanted to support her the best I could. I found material that was at her level and the same content as her classmates, so she could still collaborate with her peers. I worked with her one-on-one and in small group settings, and by the end of the year she was able to increase 2 to 3 grade levels. She still isn't at the same level as her peers, but she feels supported now and she has more confidence. Another disposition that I feel will help me become a better teacher is that I'm committed. When the purpose of going to work is to get a paycheck, you're not in the right field. Teaching is about helping students, not giving up. If you give up on your students, they're going to give up on themselves. I know there is a disposition that I could work on. One category I could work on is promoting social justice and equity. Considering recent events, I've looked at how I've handled social justice and equity in my classroom, and there is room for improvement. I know it starts with me understanding the difference between equality and equity. I also know that I'm one of the few adults that these students interact with outside of their family, and it's important to show love and kindness to everyone. The last question is, what effect could personal bias have on the expectations that teachers have for their students? How could these biases affect the relationship with students and their families? Bias is something everyone has, even though we're all against it and we all know it's wrong. It could be a bias against gender, race, or ability level. When a student knows, or even if they feel like you aren't going to pick them or you're going to give them a harsher punishment, all for things that they can't control, it can seriously damage a class community. Students and their families may no longer trust you, which can damage any motivation to try their best. One way to remove bias is to randomize who you call on, like drawing names. Another way to combat bias is asking yourself if you would respond the same way if a different student acted that way. Thank you for watching my professional disposition. I strongly believe that as educators, it is our role not only to provide curriculum, but to try and motivate our students to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. Thank you.